All right. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to our Monday night team call. So excited to have you here. I had reached out to Celeste about a week ago, and just she has been like passionately on fire the last few months. And I feel like I've just been privy to see and hear about like activities she's doing in her business. She's always positive and passionate. And I just was like, I want our team to hear from not just the top earner in the company, but someone who genuinely has a heart for people, never stops connecting with others, and loves Plexus so much. And she just has so much like vision and passion and drive in her business for her team and for our company. And I just think that you're going to just walk away feeling inspired and motivated. And so, before she shares a little bit of her story and jumps into some of the questions, she did just get off the phone call with Jean, our CEO, and I want her to share a little tidbit about that because it's incredible.
All right. So I'll start with that. I just got off the phone with them. If you just logged on, I actually had to cut him off because I said I have a Zoom call for Tamara Holloway and Lisa and all my leaders team here coming up. So I got to go. But he told me that today, I'm looking down while I read this because it's like kind of wordy. We did on balance, y'all know our product balance, half of the sales that we did last month for the
Crazy.
entire 30 days. In one day, we did half. So, I mean, we've got 10 more days till the end of the month. I will definitely report back those numbers. I'm not a numbers girl, but that gave me chills like both times I said it out loud. And I just told him, I said, man, don't underestimate the power of the field. Don't underestimate the power of us knowing that something works. Thank you, Dr. Hartman. Thank you, Crazy Results. Thank you, all of us that have run with it and had crazy success. Don't underestimate us.
Yeah. And the thing is, Celeste, like I had used balance like here and there. Like if I was going out to an Italian restaurant, I would take a couple, but I was not consistently using it every day. And now that I'm doing that, and I know of several people doing that, even my mom is one. And she was like, I haven't changed anything. And she was like, this black cherry, I'm obsessed with it. And I'm losing inches in my waist. She's like, I haven't lost inches in my waist in years. My mom is like 78. Like, she doesn't have high metabolism. And she is like, I
Right.
do not want to go without these products. And I just keep hearing stories like that. And I'm experiencing it for myself. Like I'm at a Friendsgiving, I was telling them earlier, and I snuck in someone's master closet so I could do this call. But there was like pumpkin, chocolate chip cookies, all these things, and like literally had zero desire. Keep my balance
Love
in
it.
my purse. I'm actually taking it twice a day, two before bed, and then two before my largest meal. And I am loving it. And I'm so excited that like our company as a whole seems to be getting on board with this, and we're seeing some really great results. So that's just really exciting.
Yeah, it really is. Love it. I love it. And I can't wait to see what happens in the next 9 days. So,
Yeah.
do you want me just to get started? I know I have
Yeah.
my questions that you guys sent
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Okay. So I just texted Tamara and I said, hey, do I need to share a little bit of my story? And I said, sometimes I feel like, all my jokes are the same and still lame after 11 years. But I realize there are people that, haven't heard any of my stories. So I'm going to share like a super condensed version. She also told me I only get 25 minutes. So I think we ate into 3 of that. So I'm going to have to talk real fast because I got a lot to say. But, my story started 12 years ago. I was on Facebook, saw my roommate from college posting pictures of her family, actually, at Not About Plexus, and she looked great. And I called her up and I said, dude, you were fat, now you're thin. Like, what did you do? And that is literally how I started this journey. She told me about Plexus, and for all I knew, Jen's grandpa was like in his basement mixing pink drink with like powder flying everywhere. Like, I had no idea, like what this was, but I knew that I trusted her. Roommate from Oklahoma Baptist University. I knew her integrity. If that's what she told me she was doing, that's what she was doing. And she shared the business with me, and I very condescendingly and snottily said, that's so cute. Like, do you know my family? We're real business people. We don't do things like that, right? When she mentioned that it was network marketing. And it's because I had a bad taste in my mouth from things that have happened in my past with folks that I thought they wanted to be my friends. And lo and behold, they're trying to sell me something, right? Y'all know those people. So I said, no, thank you, but I want to order product. I did. I'm very structured. I did what she told me to do. Very simple. Drank my water, listened to my body, took my product, had great results. Folks started asking me what I was doing. I started texting Jen, voicing her, calling her every single day. Hey, what's your website? Somebody else wants this stuff. Every single time she goes, dude, you're an idiot. Why would you not join? It could be like, you could be making money. And I was like, that's so cute. I want to help you. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm super busy. I don't want a hobby. I don't want a job. Sent 20 something people to Jen in the course of about 9 months. She finally convinced me. She came to visit me to see my daughter in a play. I'm convinced now she was coming to manipulate me into joining her team, which is fine. It worked out really great for both of us, right? And I did. And the best quote of the Plexus journey is, dude, I don't know anybody else that wants this stuff, quote, end quote, right? The rest is history. Folks kept asking. I was looking great. I had great energy. I had great weight loss results. My skin was looking better. All the things that y'all know happens. And when we get our gut health in check, and I'm gonna be real honest, I didn't know anything about gut health. I was vain and I wanted to lose weight at that juncture. I love the education that I've gotten from folks a lot smarter than me in this company in the last 11 years. And it's been such a great journey of just learning about my body, getting healthy, and building this business. So I will also tell you that's kind of my story in a nutshell, but I do love the business just as much as I love the products. I lead with business. I come from an entrepreneurial family. There's no one in my family that works for someone else. And so I see the value in being a business owner, right? And I guarantee you, all of my family that is business owners, they spent a lot more money to start their business than I did. And my ROI is much greater than theirs, right? So I know that we're in the health and wellness business. And I know that people don't lay in bed at night worrying a lot about losing 5 pounds or their gut health for that matter. They lay in bed at night thinking about how are they going to pay their bills. So to me, if you're not sleeping well and you have anxiety and stress, you are not healthy. So if I can have this platform where I can help you with your physical health, your financial health, and your spiritual health, because I have a platform that I can talk about my faith. And if you follow me, you know that I do loudly and proudly. What an amazing gift is that? I have this platform where I can help you physically, spiritually, and financially. So to me, that's why I'm really bold about the business. So I've had great success. Obviously, I love sharing about the health side too, but y'all, I'm real bold to talk about the money. And you know what? It's like so uncomfortable. My dad is in ministry and he's taught me my whole life, you want your reward in heaven. And I talked to my pastor about that, and he really made me understand the value of talking about what I've been able to do for the kingdom, right? There's a lot of people that don't care about my closet. It's really awesome, by the way. They don't care about my cars. They don't care about my fun trips or my shopping sprees. But when they know that I've been able to do mission work in Africa and blow up my dad's ministry that he started when I was 15, that we've been able to plant 26 churches, drill multiple water wells. We're doing a farm project right now where we're doing a model farm so they will learn to grow their own food. We have a child sponsorship program for 400 children. By the way, over half of those children are sponsored by Plexus ambassadors, right? So, wow, that says a lot about our community. And the list of projects goes on and on and on. But I just want you to know, like, cool, you're listening to me and you're going, okay, that's awesome. You have this ministry and you make crazy money and all of the things. You guys are changing lives by giving to your church, to your ministry, when you're paying for somebody's groceries in line because you have a little bit of margin in your income around the holidays and you're blessing others. So don't think, okay, yeah, I can't go be that bold because I'm not making gangster money. I cue my eye roll because that's what Genevieve says and it makes me so uncomfortable, but it is kind of funny. There are folks that would love to be able to give back at all. There are folks that would be able to love to take their family out for pizza and bowling on Friday night. And if you post that Plexus paid for that, that's going to get their attention. So you don't have to make jewel money to get someone's attention. $500 a month is a game changer for American households. So hold on to that. It's been a huge blessing. I've been able to do things that I just never dreamt possible for ministry, for my kids. I got 2 kids at Texas A&M University, paid for in full. Thank you, Plexus. I mean, I know we go on and on and on, but just know buying Christmas presents, buying groceries, paying an extra bill, having an air conditioner that goes out and going, I can do that. Like I said, taking your family on a date night, paying for select sports. These are all things that your audience is going to go, man, I wish I could do that. Taking a little pressure off your husband. That was my why to begin with. So that leads me into the questions. I'm watching the clock. What motivates me after being in 11 years? I don't know who wrote these questions, but they're fire. I really like them. So I just talked about my why. And that's what motivates me, y'all. Revisiting and updating my why on the regular, right? Because it's going to change and evolve. And if you haven't done that, if you take one thing away, go edit, think about, change your why if it's been a minute. Because I told you my why started to lose weight and to take a little bit of pressure off my husband. I was a stay-at-home mom and he busted his tail so that I could stay home. And we lived extremely scarce to have our kids in that private Christian school, but he wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom. So that was my why back then, right? Clearly now, I mean, our needs are met. I mean, God has blessed me beyond my wildest dreams financially, and our needs are met. But I just told you guys about that ministry that I am a part of. My why right now is twofold. Ministry, let me show you. I actually have a picture right here. This right here is my daughter's little bestie in Kenya. And I keep pictures all over my house of these folks that I get to visit 3 or 4 times a year and I have my whole life. Because y'all, they have needs, right? And when folks say like, oh, you don't need more money, you know, why did you even start this business? You guys were comfortable. It's, man, I got 400 kids in Africa that I can change their lives, right? I got a whole community counting on me. I have a church in McKinney, Texas that we helped start, that we were part of the founding members. We just built a building. There's a need there for folks in McKinney, Texas to get saved, right? So for me, my why now is ministry. It's creating memories and creating a legacy for financially for my grandkids that are unnamed and also unconceived, by the way, because my children are unmarried, but it will happen. And that's the goal right now, is to prepare that legacy for them so that they have a great, blessed life, that they can do ministry and live their best life as well. So that's kind of the first part of my why. The second part of my why is all 99 of you on this call. I think that means we maxed it out and people are going to want the replay. That's a good problem to have. Really good problem to have. And y'all are my why because I get to wake up every day and help people literally change their lives, right? Through our products and through the business. I have folks in this industry, and I mean, Genevieve, like folks at corporate, I can't believe how hard you still work. This is like unheard of. Why do you still work so hard? People in the industry that are writing books and going on speaking tours and, you know, not still working their actual business. Why do you still do this? And I'm like, because it would be so selfish of me not to, right? I believe so passionately in our business and in our products that it would be really uncool if I was like, peace out, yo. I'm going to go buy an island in the Bahamas. Best of luck to you. Please keep working hard for me so that I can live my best life, right? So I do 4 to 6 of these calls a week because I get to see your faces. And I know that, like, hopefully, if anything, you walk away and you go, man, that Celeste Gwynn's the top earner. She is a hot mess. If she can do this, I can do this. Like, let that be your takeaway, if nothing else, right? Like, if she can do this, she's a train wreck. If she can be the top earner, I can do this, right? But that is my why. So that is how I stay motivated. Knowing there's folks that still are relying on me all over the world and here in McKinney, Texas, and knowing that you guys still want this, right? You would not be on this call if you did not. So that's my why. And revisit that. That's how I stay motivated, and it'll help you too. Question number 2. What does your process look like for building relationships to share plexus? And y'all, I mean, you're going to be like, well, that was dumb. You may not have to take notes on this. The first part anyways. The same thing it looked like before plexus, right? Pure motives, real, being interested, not interesting, being authentic. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. All the cliches that are cliches for a reason, right? That's what my process looks like. Focus on asking questions, y'all. People love to talk about themselves. And I know so often we are so excited about plexus that we just want to tell them everything the first time we meet them. But what I have found is if I ask questions, people are going to walk away and they are going to love me, right? Because people love to talk about themselves. And when I'm in that situation and I'm meeting folks, I'm finding ways to connect with them on social media. So I'll just share a story. Tamara, I just told you last Thursday, I was at a Friendsgiving, y'all. Same as what Tamara's doing right now. I had to leave and go do a Zoom call from this Friendsgiving as well. At this Friendsgiving, I had 3 people ask me about plexus. And I said, you know, I actually have a policy. I don't talk about plexus at church. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm saying God's blessed me for 8 years of keeping that separate in the actual church, right? Church events. I said, but you message me later and I'll send you information. One of them ordered the next day. The other 2 ordered today. So it's authentically like enjoying being in the moment, getting to know people, building those relationships, letting them like you, showing them that you like them, and then sharing as it's natural. That doesn't mean if it comes up, hey, does anybody know anything about gut health? Talk about plexus, y'all, right? I mean, but at the end of the day, what I found is getting them on my social media, having a few engagements and getting to know them, they come to me. There's nothing wrong with cold calling. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to folks. There's certainly nothing wrong with talking about plexus when it comes up naturally and it's not weird. Don't make it weird. But what I found is building those relationships. That is how I build relationships to build plexus, right?
Yeah.
Building real relationships. They trust me. They see me. They see my energy. They see that I'm 46 years old and looking all right for 46, you know, and they want what I have. So that's how I do that. And I think that sums it up. Does that answer? Is that good, T? Like, does that answer?
But I was going to add to that. I think one thing though is that even if you're connecting and you're authentically building relationships, if you're not consistent in sharing your passion about plexus, you're not going to be the person they come to. So that to me is so huge, because even if someone is not ready today, like seeing this Black Friday sale, everybody's sharing about Black Friday and the free reset and all that. But if you're not, and then in 6 months, someone goes, you know what? I think I want to try that reset. You're not the one they're thinking of, because you're not consistently sharing from an authentic place, like your love and your passion for products. So I think that is so key too, is a lot of times people get excited about a sale or excited about a promo, and maybe they share them, but they're not day in and day out sharing their passion. And so when someone is ready, they're not going to think of you. So that consistency is so, so important. And not just for selling product and not just for bringing in business builders, but also for potentials that are just watching you that may want to join the business. Also your team watching you, knowing that they can come to you as their leader, that's someone that's passionate and determined and driven. So I think that's key too, Celeste, is you're consistent in sharing.
Yeah. And I will say, I mean, you can scroll back for 11 years on my social media and in real life, if you see me, and I have never missed a day where I'm not posted something about plexus, whether it's a pink drink in the background, whether I'm actually talking about my energy, whether I'm working out, I am every single day for 11 years sharing about plexus, so that when somebody does decide they're ready, Tamara, they go, man, that Celeste Gwynn, like she's kind of annoying, but I know she loves that stuff. So they're going to reach out to me. Right.
Yeah. And I think too, like if you are reaching out to people and they aren't interested, like this is just a quick side note, a tip that I use is I say, I get it. Like if this, reset, it's not the time for you, that's great. If you decide later on, I want to be your girl. So I put that out there. And so you're like laying the framework to one, come back to them later. And two, like saying, okay, I get it. No pressure, but I want to be your girl if you change your mind, because you may change your mind in a couple months. Like just keeping it light, but like showing that you want to be that person for them. Okay. I'm totally not trying to take over this call, but I just had to add that.
Oh, dude, no, that's so good. I'm actually going to start using that. I want to be your plexus girl. Like that's in the mental vault right now. I'm adding it to the notes section after the call. So that's good. Okay. The next question. What do you say to someone who has felt or feels stagnant in their business? And again, take notes. Haven't we all? Right? I mean, haven't we all? So here's what I'm going to tell y'all. Get into activity. And y'all, I am preaching to the choir. About 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago, I had a moment where I was a little down about my lack of growth. And I had a moment where I'm like, okay, but you're not doing all the things that you did to get here, right? Cruise control, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? We talk about the bathtub analogy. If you turn the water off, the water's going to eventually drain out. And I may be swimming in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and you may be in a kitchen sink. But if we turn off our water, guess what happens? The water goes down, whether you're in a big old pool or whether you're in a kitchen sink. So I decided I'm getting back into activity. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I can control what I can control. I don't care what's going on at corporate. I know how to do this, and I'm going to do all the things I did to get here. So here we go, right? I started farming. I started reaching out again. I started posting again a lot. I started following up with folks a lot. I have my list. I actually have it right here. I'll show y'all, I think, on the next question, so y'all can see how high tech I am on how I do my reach outs. And I started doing all the things. So, if you're feeling stagnant, I would say, first of all, self-reflect. And that's not like from a place of judgment. It's from a place of like, hot kettle on black. Like I've been there, right? Like I'm not calling anybody out. I'm saying I got into activity, and I'm saying, leaders, do what you did to get here. Folks, newish, be consistent, right? Do your IPA every single day. Do your daily business, whether it's 20 minutes or 2 hours, be consistent with that every single day. You will see fruit. So leaders, do what you did to get here. Newer folks, get into action as far as follow-ups, IPA, reaching out, posting, sharing, wearing your plexus shirt, talking about it when it's comfortable, all the basics that y'all all know. So that's what I would say. It's worked for me. I have earned Punta Cana on both positions. I should sweep, I'm calling it, on both positions. I'm not there yet, but that's the goal. And that's 11 years in, 12 stars, still doing all the things that I'm telling y'all to do. So I'm not preaching at you. I'm joining y'all in the congregation saying I'm doing all the things too, right? Let's see. Next question. I'm trying really hard because we're moving kind of fast. What's your process in following up with people who have shown interest but haven't ordered? That's easy. Follow up, follow up, follow up. I mean, how many times have I already said that on this call? I want to show y'all my very, very, very high-tech follow-up system. So these are all my potentials, okay? I erase when they join. These are all my new VIPs for the month. These 2 pages. These are all the people that I am following up with just about the Black Friday special, right?
Wow.
That's it. So I'm telling y'all this I wouldn't know a spreadsheet if it hit me in the face. Okay. I don't know Excel. I mean, y'all, I'm the girl that when I joined, my 12-year-old was making my PowerPoint presentations, right? So you don't have to be really good at computers. Like, I don't even know the right lingo. Like, I mean, literally, I can turn my computer off, on and off, and I can log into social media and I can do a Word document. I prefer pen and paper, and I use erasable pens because I make a lot of mistakes. So that's my system, as far as follow up, follow up, follow up. Y'all, as many times as it takes. And this is a bold thing to say. I literally don't care what people think about me. And I know that some people do, right? But I want you to know that when you shift your mindset from, nah, I don't want to annoy them. I've already reached out twice this month to, listen, I saw Susie posting about how tired and disgusting she feels. Because I care about Susie, I'm following up again, right? Make it more outward focused. If you make it less about you earning Punta Cana or less about you ranking up and more about the people you can change because you genuinely care about them, the lives you can change, I promise you're going to get a lot more bold in those reach outs and those follow-ups. When you're like, man, they're posting about not being able to pay their bills. I know I can help them. They're posting about how terribly they're sleeping. I sleep so good. I've got to share this with them. Whatever they're talking about at a party, I got to share with them, maybe later, maybe right then if it's appropriate, because I love them and because I care about them. And I found that when I tell someone, man, I love you and I promise you, I don't care if you do this, I want you to because I think it's going to help you. We're friends no matter what. Clearly, I've made that clear in the last 11 years of you not ordering. And we're still doing life together, or 3 months if you're new, we're still doing life. But man, I really believe this can help you. It will change everything in how you follow up. So that is how I follow up. I'm a little aggressive, right? And if you don't have that personality, don't think you can't do this. You can, you just have to figure out, do it scared, which is what I tell a lot of people on my team, but did you die? No, you didn't. Like, you're good, right? And you will see results. Is that kind of what you were looking for on that?
Yeah. And I think, because we do all have different personalities. So you may not approach it just like Celeste would or just like I would.
Right.
But I think the point is having in your mind that it's about them and not about you, and not allowing fear to be what stops you. I think that is so important. And here's the thing. I've had people ghost me or say they're interested. This actually happens more than anything else. Say they're interested, but then when I follow up, they don't respond. And you know what I do? I actually, after a couple of days, they haven't responded. I actually go back to them and say, listen, I am not trying to bug you. I am not trying to pressure you, but I know me. And sometimes I open messages and then I forget to come back to them. So I want to check in on you. Also, if you're just not interested, that's okay too. Like, I love you, Celeste. Like, this is not about you ordering product. Like, I am very like forthcoming and just honest, because that's how I would want someone to speak to me. And I have been spoken to like that before. And and usually I'm like, oh my gosh, no. I am actually still interested, but I've gotten busy. I forgot to come back to this, like whatever the case is. But usually if you approach them avoiding you openly, they are going to come back and speak to you because they're probably not wanting to be rude.
Yeah, that's so good. I'll even say, like, taking it to the next level. If I've reached out to somebody 3 or 4 times and they've asked me for information, hey man, it's cool if you're not interested now, but like, just tell me so I can take you off my list so that I'm not spending time responding. Like, we're good. I'll see you at church on Sunday. Love you, mean it. Right.
Yeah.
So that transparency, first of all, I think calling them out does get their attention, but then also maybe even taking a little bit of the pressure off. Like, okay, Tamara's not going to be mad at me. Like, I need to respond. She's not gonna be mad at me if I don't order. So yeah, that's so good. I think same approach, but again, maybe just a little different methodology. And y'all, don't do what I do because you're not me. Figure out what works for you and how you communicate with your people based on your personality and your relationships, and onward and upward, like off to the races, right? All right, this is actually the last question, and I've got 32 seconds. So, all right. How do you convert VIPs to brand ambassadors and duplicate that? Y'all, this is going to be fast. And if you're not doing this, this is what is working for me. I have developed, I think, 5 silvers in the last 6 weeks with this. And I've got several more that have 1 or 2, maybe 4, and then like 3 more on the come up that are about to. So how am I doing that right now? It looks different all the time, but the system that I feel like we finally have in place, first of all, thank you to all of your leaders for doing the work for you, right? All you got to do is plug your people in. Thursday night, I'm plugging everybody into Real People, Real Stories. Thank you, Jen Hawkins, my upline. She's opened it up to everyone. If you're not getting on Real People, Real Stories with yourself, your newbies, and your potentials, it is so insanely belief building, and it's third-party validation, right? It's not Celeste or Lisa saying, it worked for us. This is what we did. It's random, air quote, people sharing their real stories, right? At the end of Real People, Real Stories, we now introduce a Sunday night call called Silver and Six. So we announce it, and in the chat, she will say, if you want to be in the Silver and Six call, comment in the chat. And I spend with my pen and paper, my erasable pen, writing down the names of everybody in that chat that's on my team, right? That I invited. They'll say, who invited you to this call? Thank you for inviting me, Celeste. So I know who invited. Okay, that's somebody I invited, right? Then I promote heavily the Silver and Six call. Thank you, Melissa Eichenhurst, right? These are all people doing the work for us. I mean, how insane is that? For free, okay? And I'm sending out a million messages about Silver and Six, and I'm getting the people that were on Thursday night, hopefully ordered by Sunday night, and they've got their product and they're on that Silver and Six call, right? And then there's templates. We have a group chat that you will be thrown into with your people where we do all of the work, or you can lead the chat. There's templates on boards, and I know all the leaders have access to that. And we tell you exactly what to do for 6 days, what to post, how to follow up, where to share, how to talk in person, right? And then at the end of that, folks, we give away a gift card every single day. We're paying for that, right? I mean, we're literally investing in your success for you, giving away 5 gift cards a week, right? If they do activity, we do a poll, they get a gift card. The end, if you've gone silver, you go into another poll, you get a gift card on the last day if you get drawn. And then we're like, okay, now invite your people to Real People, Real Stories. Okay, now get your people on the Silver and Six call. Like, are y'all following me? Rinse and repeat. It is everything done for you. Now, it's not taking the place of personal conversations and personal training and personal encouragement and posting on your team pages and doing calls like this. But y'all, it is giving us such an edge and such a leg up to have all of this third-party validation, all of these folks that have stories, all these leaders that have had success sharing. Get your people there. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, step by step by step. Real People, Real Stories, Silver and Six chat, rinse and repeat. Oh, somebody's unmuted.
So thank you, Celeste. So Whitney is going to close the call out. Celeste, fantastic. I took notes and notes and notes and notes. So I'm going to go mute so Whitney can take over.
So good. Oh my goodness. Like, there's nothing left to say. I mean, we're out of time anyways, but I know everyone took so many takeaways from this, Celeste. It was absolutely such a gift, and we're so grateful for you and your leadership and your example. And so I'm seeing we've got, don't hop off if you want a prize, you guys. Okay, I see 88 people. I've got a random number generator right here, so you better stay on if you want to win a prize. I see 88 people on here. Okay, so my giveaway, you guys, who remembers this mug? Like the cute little sweater detail, and I literally drink all my drinks warm now. And so I'm obsessed with this, and it's a must for the reset. It's so good for the soups and all the things. So I've got a brand new little sweater mug for you and a frother, because I know we're all going to be resetting right after Thanksgiving. And so these are a reset must. Okay. So I'm going to do the random number generator. We've still got 88 on, so let's see which number. 81. So I will count that on my screen. That's kind of easy because I'll just go all the way to the bottom and count up 7. Right? Is that math right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Linda. Who's Linda with a green icon? I don't see a last name. It just says Linda with a green screen L. Can we unmute her? I can't.